Okay, I think we are live. So here's something kind of funny. Whenever I get, I get mail, right? I probably get about, I don't know, probably about 20, 30 packages a week or so. And I wanted to open some of these online because a lot of you guys send me stuff, and I can't keep up with all of the, hey, I'm gonna make this video, I'm gonna talk about this country. So I figure I'll open these things up online. So if you're not really in, there's no Intel component to this. This is just something fun. So full disclosure, if you don't want to watch just because there's no Intel component to this, feel free not to. I also have the chat window open, so I'll be able to see some of your stuff here. So just waiting for the boom, right? Waiting for the boom. And what do I have here? I have a British flag. All right. I got a British flag. Oh, no, wait. This is a British naval ensign. All right. Let's see if there's any description in here. I got a British naval ensign. So the funny thing is that people send me flags, and I've told people, don't send me flags because Turkey kind of ruined it, right? Like Turkey sent me a big flag, and then Germany had to send me a bigger flag, of course, right? So I don't know who this was from, but it is a British naval ensign. I'm actually kind of looking for it. It says, I hope you see His Majesty's ensign in the back of some of your videos. Rule Britannia, yours from George. All right, that's pretty cool. I have a limited amount of space up on that wall, and I've already reserved the door just for Sweden. So we'll see about that, but it certainly might be possible. So George, thank you for the British ensign. I'm gonna put that right over here in this pile. So. I have a number of things to do today, and I have to finish a book. There's a bunch of reading I have to do. I really should take one day and just like make it a reading day, where that's all I do is read. All right, this one's from Knoxville, Tennessee. Take a look inside here. Waiting for the boom. And I got a letter. And I got, looks like a couple of patches and a coin. Oh, this is Tennessee National Guard. Tennessee National Guard and a Cav unit coin. That's kind of cool. Let's see what this says. This says, sucks getting old. Belated gift, certain someone in the PAO office would have filled this gap. So it's this is the 278th ACR. Armored by God Cavalry Regiment. I talked about the regiment a couple months back when I was talking about Texas sending stuff to the border. What's kind of interesting is that when people think of the National Guard, they think of the National Guard at so who sent me this? This is Fury 6, David. So thank you, David, for the patch and thank you for the patch and the coin. So a lot of people think that the National Guard is an organization that's per state, and usually it is. But some Guard units, they go across states, and that's because, like, let's say if a state might not be able to support a state might not be able to support an entire, let's say, brigade of armor, right? It might not be able to support a heavy brigade combat team. So what that state might do is they'll put other units, battalions or companies in other states, and then that state is part of the state guard. So let's say you have Tennessee, they might take one company of scouts and put it in Texas. And that's so if there's some people in Texas, they'll be able to drill or do their weekend training out of a unit in that's close to them or in their own state. So that's kind of a useful thing. All right, here's something else. This is from, look at that. This is from Belgrade. So, Belgrade. And I actually, is that Poland? Belgrade? Yeah, so that's what's funny is doing stuff like this live. It's, you don't really realize how stupid you are. Oh, hopefully it's not Belgrade, Russia. We'll see, waiting for the boom, waiting for the boom. And what do I have here? Ooh, something just fell out. A couple things fell out. And I have Serbia. Oh! Oh, wrong. Yeah, this is the right way. So it's not a Lazar 3, but it's a start. So this is from Ramona? No. So the Russian St. George's ribbon, British spun Ramona. The Serbian bears symbolism of victory. Ramona is a flower with great symbolism. Oh, this is it. This is it. So let me hold this up close. Right there. So Ramona is a flower with great symbolism for the Serbian people. This flower carries the power of Serbian history and the suffering of the Serbian people during the First World War. The flower itself was discovered in 1874 on the slopes of the Suvaka Plana by Joseph Panik, who together with the court doctor named this flower. Only a little water is enough for the completely dry plant to regenerate and come to life. So, it's not surprising that the name Balkan Phoenix was a strong symbol to the Serbs on November 11th, 1918, the day of reconciliation of the First War. Now, that is really cool. Now, what I don't know is who actually sent this to me. So here's a long... Serbians are a very proud people. Like, look, there's 2 pages of a letter here. This is really cool. I would definitely, I'm definitely going to pop this up. That's getting put up. You know, so I guess this came from Duck. A true Serbia will never support aggressors. You know, as much as I would love to see the Lazar, I would not like to see it in action against NATO. So thank you, Duck, for the. I'm gonna have to get a smaller flag, but I appreciate it, and I'm definitely gonna put these 2 items up. That's actually that's really cool. I appreciate this. So put that on there. Yeah, Serbians are a very proud people. Someone in the chat just said, when do you think we're going to get World War III? I think World War III started in 2014. And I think that because President Obama didn't do anything when, not criticizing the president, but he didn't do anything when the little green men went into Crimea. And maybe at the time Ukraine wasn't really ready for independence, and their military, you know, was a little wanting. But we did nothing, and we're kind of reaping the whirlwind there. So here's another coin. Oh, this is Special Operations. This is a Spec Ops coin. And this is from Justin. So I hope you find this letter in great spirits. I'm willing to express my deep appreciation for the content you put on your YouTube channel. Thank you, Justin. I really appreciate that. So token of your impact, I'd like to gift you with a challenge coin. Oh, that's really cool, man. So thank you, Justin, for the challenge coin. That's going to go right up there by the Tennessee National Guard coin. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. The Serbian thing's pretty cool, too. It's always neat to know like the etymology of some of these patches. Like I think probably one of my favorite is up there is the Iron Wolf Brigade. Let me point to it. Hold on. I'm going to bring it closer. So This patch is from Lithuania. It's the Iron Wolf Brigade. So Lithuania really only has like a brigade of troops, and this patch symbolizes a dream that the king of Lithuania had. He fell asleep and he dreamt of an iron wolf that howled with the strength of 100 wolves. And when he awoke, he talked to his soothsayer, his court magician. Back then, Lithuania wasn't Christian. And the court magician said that is a symbol that you need to build a great city here, and that's where the city of Vilnius started. So there's a lot of history behind this patch. I just realized I said that whole thing without having my mic on, but that patch up there is there's a lot of history behind it. It basically goes down to the founding of Lithuania. All right, this is from Canada. All right, maybe I got some maple syrup here. So I actually once had someone send me an AR-15 upper in the mail, an upper receiver for an AR-15. I was like, whoa, okay there. I gotta put this one back. Oh my goodness. This is quite a few patches here from Canada. Wow. Black Horse. I don't think I have enough room for all of these. So it's me an NCO here. So it's usually there you go. Now I have a letter in here. This one is from Don. He's a Canadian military veteran with 40 years of service, split between the Reserves and Army Air Force. Retired in 2019. Enclosed is the 244 Transportation and Rescue Squadron, Maritime Helicopter Squadron, which I assume is this, the Calgary Air Defense Ship Patch, which is this, the RCN Flag Patch, and here's the USS Calgary, St. John's Air Det Ship Patch, RCN Patch, RACF Sergeant Rank Epaulet. That's really cool, Don. Thank you. I'll gonna have to put these up separately. I normally Velcro them all to the wall, but that is a lot of stuff from Canada. Now they're very proud people. What else I got here? No, someone just said in the chat, no Poland patch. No, for some reason the Poles haven't sent me a patch, which is kind of weird because you know, the Poles are, from what I understand, it is cool to be in the military again in Poland. Right? Like, the Poles are, they have like a territorial army. You know what? Let me, the Poles have this territorial army, and, yeah, Territorial Defense Force. Yeah, TDF. Or Wolska Obroni Territorialagene. Sorry. Like, I might not be pronouncing that correct. But it's a reserve force. And for the Poles, like, that is the thing to do. And men are joining it, and women are joining it. And I tell you this, it says Customs Declaration on back. All right, I was looking for a way to open this because I don't know what is in here, and I don't want to damage anything. So if I cut myself on stream, I'm sorry. Let me try to open this gently. All right, there you got something going here. Just don't want to cut through a letter or whatever. Oh boy, I hope I didn't break anything. This looks like newspaper, so. All right. Oh. So, yeah, it's cool to be in the military in Poland. All right, so this is newspaper, and inside the newspaper is, hello Ryan, I hope this package finds you well. As one of the reasons I finally joined the military. Oh, wow, that's cool. This patch is from the Vergus Gun Battalion, Supply Battalion 131, based in Bad Frankhausen, Frankhausen, Thuringia, Germany. On this patch, you'll see the Iron Cross, unit insignia of the Army and Maintenance Troop, cogwheel, wrench, and cannon barrel. That's really neat. As well as the striped line surrounded by stars, which is taken from the coat of arms of Thuringia, the federal state the battalion is based in. I'm looking forward to spotting the patch in one of their future videos. Absolutely, dude. Danka. Danka Kajitan. That's really cool. So it's always neat when a patch says exactly what they do, right? So this is going up. Yeah, let's see what else I got. I have all of these other. I get so much freaking mail. So this is, all right, this one's already open. So this is, dear Ryan, I love your videos. No one does it quite like you. This patch is from the RAF, disbanded in 2022, flying the Hawk T-1A. Oh, that's pretty cool. I guess as aggressors, training the Royal Air Force, British Navy and Army, and our NATO allies. Kind regards. Yeah, that'll definitely go up on the wall. This was from Reason. Reason. That's right. Yeah. I guess these were the old Hawks. That would make sense to use that as an aggressor patch. I'll put that up in a couple of. Put that up next. So this one is from. I'm not really sure. This is from Canada as well. All right. Let's take a look. So, oh my goodness, Canada, wow. Not sure this is. Here are some Canadian Army formation patches for your wall. The red, okay, so the red diamond, blue stripe, Continental Army HQ. Red is Continental Army Doctrine and Training Command. Red rectangle. Oh wait, red rectangle is the Canadian 1st Division. Gray rectangle, 3rd Division. Oh, I must have been doing that wrong. Maroon rectangle, 5th Division. Wow. I have a lot of stuff from Canada. David, this is from David. I will send you the 2nd Division and the 4th Division ASAP. Keep up the great content, David. That's really cool. Thank you, David. I don't know if I have enough room to put everything up. Some of it might be hidden behind my cigar humidor over there. All right, that was cool. What else we got? All right, little one. This is from Fort Meade. I wonder if this letter is going to spy on me. And it's from Ricardo. Oh, all right. So this is the patch. This is the unit patch. And what do I got here? The letter. I'm Ricardo. I'm a specialist in the U.S. Army. I currently work as a 17 Charlie. I wanted to send you a Cyber Protection Brigade patch. Cyber Protection Brigade patch for your wall, currently stationed at Meade. I appreciate your fight against misinformation. Thank you, Ricardo. Keep up the good fight. I appreciate that, Ricardo. Yeah, so yeah, you're a 17 Charlie, Cyber Operations Specialist. Yeah. So the U.S. Army has these it's a relatively new job, Cyber Operations Specialist. There's actually a rumor that all of the Maryland Air National Guard is going to go cyber operations, like they're going to get rid of all of their planes, which I kind of think is a bad idea, but if they were going to do it, it would make sense to do it in Maryland. So this is from Perry. So I see that, I think, of Perry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb. Ah, Perry the Platypus! What a surprise! And by surprise, I mean completely not a surprise! So this is Australia? Yeah, it's Australia. All right, now I got to get an Australia for my wall here. And I think there's another thing in here. So there's a little kangaroo. And this says, take a look. A Substack member and a fan of your work, please find enclosed 2 Australian Defence Force flags. The kangaroo on old DPCM and the tactical Aussie flag and new multicam. We didn't have these in my day. It's 1978, but then someone invented Velcro. This is from Perry. That is really neat, man. That's really cool. Thank you, Perry. That's actually the first Australian patch that anybody's sent me. So that'll put that one up. What else I got here? I got... there's no return address, but it says Vergi on it. Sweden. This is probably another thing for my Gryffindor. So for those of you who don't know, when I was building, when I bought this house, that door over there, it was it was like a 52-inch door. I don't know what that is in centimeters, because I know how some of you guys are not from the U.S. 52 inches to centimeters. So 1.32 meters. So that opening was 1.32 meters, 52 inches. And like nothing in America is 52 inches. I don't know why they made an opening of that size. So I had to build a custom door. Now I was a carpenter. I know how to do carpentry. So I just went and bought the wood. And as it turns out, I was looking at the wood, and the stickers on the wood said that the wood was made in Sweden. So I decided to make that entire door just for the Swedes as a celebration for them entering NATO. So again, I don't know who. All right, so this is in this envelope letter here. And oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. Dal Regiment. I bet it's an airborne regiment. I haven't read this yet, but my guess is that this is St. Michael, and St. Michael is the patron saint of paratroopers, so this is St. Michael killing a dragon. That's kind of, I bet this is a paratrooper unit. So let me see here. I saw your video about the Swedish patches. Enclosed is a patch from Mora Company, one of the 8 companies of the Swedish regiment, Dal Regiment. It's also my company where I did military service. The earliest concept was found in 1542. So this regiment is, my God, like 500, 600 years old. Wow. So this is the King's Guard. When the Livigaster people and the Dalkar argue about the oldest regiment, Dalkarna usually ends up bragging about the fact that Livgaret was formed by 16 Dalkar. They were chosen by King Gustav Vara, since it was the people from Darklania that were the first supporters to join him in rebellion of the Danish King Tristan II. This event is also the origin of the world-famous ski race, 90 kilometers long. In 2000, Everlasting Peace was to be sought after the Soviet Union's fall. The regiment, like many more in Sweden, was shut down after 375 years. The need for regiments disappeared. Then, in 2020, due to the rising threat of Russia, a decision was made to reinstate the regiment. Conscription was reinstated, although only about a tenth. Fun fact, Dahlbrigade was responsible for staffing the 5th Bosnia Battalion. They were the very first Swedish force under NATO command. That's really neat. I'm going to have to write this guy back because he left an email. That's a cool story. All right. So this one's open too. All right, so this must be Missouri Air National Guard. And this is from William. And William says, sorry if this letter isn't readable. My handwriting isn't the best. And this isn't normally a patch you'd get, but it's a patch of the Missouri Civil Air Patrol. Okay. So it'll be worn on the left sleeve. So that's kind of cool. All right. So Civil Air Patrol, it's kind of interesting. It's almost like this quasi-military organization. It's really technically a civilian organization, but the Civil Air Patrol kind of exists as like a pipeline into the Air Force, but also it trains civilians on flying. It does rescue work. If there's ever like a plane crash or something, or a lost child, a lot of people from the Civil Air Patrol will come out and help search for the lost child. So it's kind of like this quasi-military organization. So this is from Bulgaria. Finally, maybe the Bulgarians actually sent me something. All right, it was like the most Bulgarian thing ever. The Bulgarians sent a flag but no patch. All right, so this is from Bulgaria, and it is all right, that's kind of interesting. My name is George. Thank you, George. I'm a fan of your channel. I saw you have the Bulgarian flag with no patch. I'm sending you of the 61st Strakmisky Mechanized Infantry Brigade, which is located in the city of Karvo, Bulgaria. This is one of the most famous units with a rich history. In the past, took part in missions in Iraq and Afghanistan. I probably served with these dudes. And they're also on the Balkan Peninsula, particularly in Bosnia. That is really neat, man. Georgie. All right, I'm going to have to write this guy back. So thank you for the patch, Bulgaria. You guys came through. I knew you would. Yeah, somebody in the chat just said Civil Air Patrol is like the neighborhood watch for the air. And yeah, that's actually a really good way of putting it. Neighborhood watch for the air. All right, so this is from Jordan in Canada. Again, Canadians. Okay. So I'm not sure what this is, but I did get there's another Canada right there. So Ryan, I wanted to send you a patch for your wall. There's 2 Canadian Air Force patches from World War II. Oh my God. Man, I hope someone didn't just take this off their grandfather's uniform. They belonged to a friend of mine, and he died years back. I have copies, so I know you'd be proud of the service. That's really cool. So I'm probably going to put this up in a place, probably put that up in a place where everyone can see it. So this is kill. Oh, all right. So I think he wants a. That's really neat. That is really neat. All right, Jordan. So I'm gonna have to send Jordan. I'm gonna have to send Jordan a thank you in return. That's really cool. So I'm gonna have to put that stuff up, where everybody can see it, because this is a World War II patch. What else I got here? This is from Matthew in Fountain Valley, California. And this all right, so this is Diplomatic Courier. Nairobi Regional. Okay, so these are Diplomatic Couriers. Oh, that's kind of cool. So here's a patch from the best job in the U.S. Department of State, the Diplomatic Couriers. The Diplomatic Courier, I was actually going to do a video about the Department of State. I'm going to have to email this guy. I was going to do a video about the Department of State's. They have a special force that guards embassies. People think the Marines guard embassies, but it's actually the Department of State security forces that guard embassies. And diplomatic, they kind of started out as diplomatic couriers, which were people who would bring diplomatic pouches back and forth. So, not a lot of people probably have that. All right. So this is from Canada as well. Wow, Canada's stepping up. So, oh, all right. I don't know if I can show these. These are cigars. They're probably, hopefully, they're Canadian cigars. Because Cuban cigars are illegal. I'd be required to burn them. So I'm actually not, so there's no note in this bag. I'm not exactly sure. The Loyal Edmonton Regiment. This is, I guess, a Canadian dress infantry patch. I'm not sure. This is gray, so maybe this was that one of those divisions that guy was talking about. Both Buffalo 38. So usually it's in 41. So usually it's a good idea to like let me know what that stuff is in an actual letter. I don't see a letter in here, but the cigars are a nice touch. In fact, I'll put those away. Slowly. Oh, it's to the end here. All right. We got, this is from the Bundeswehr. This is from Germany. Let's see what we got, Germany. Huh. Wow, this is very German. Here's everything on one tab. Your blood type, flag, your rank. I assume this is maybe a private third class or something. So this says, so that's kind of cool. Saw the short video about the German NH90 patch. Since it's from the same Truppenhung, Army Aviation, I'm sending you custom-made rank patches that I don't need anymore. If they're not issued, they have to be bought by every soldier individually, so I'm adding a normal pair too. That's kind of cool. OR3. That's really neat. This is, so, Danka, and who sent this? This is, there's no name on it. There's no name on it, but Hoffenbüttelgear, dear Hoff, here's, I swear, when the Germans want to create a new word, they just take a bunch of existing words and just smash them together. I don't know how they do it, but they certainly, I'm sure they figured it out. All right, so I'm going to put that up as well. Danka, I really appreciate it. That, like, nobody has something like this. It's kind of cool. All right, last one. Nothing's exploded so far. So this says cat finger. All right, I don't think this is a patch. I think it's just a letter. I think it's just a regular letter. Oh, all right. So this is a screenplay. Okay. So someone sent me a screenplay to read. I'll take a look at that later. Oh. Gatfinger.com. Download the PDF or podcast. You know what? Let me throw this up here. And so listen, the screen is going to go black for a second. Don't freak out, okay? I know the screen is black. Let me add a window capture, create new, add existing Chrome window capture, okay, window. So I'm going to add, so that's kind of neat. Opening fan mail number 1. Hold up, let me throw this back over here, and I'm going to add. So you know what's kind of tough about it? I didn't set up the actual because I didn't think I was going to be going to a. I didn't think I was going to be going to. There you go. There you go. Okay. So let's see, Gatfinger. gatfinger.com. Hopefully this isn't adult material. I'm kind of taking my account in my hands with this right now. Gatfinger.com. All right, so they're little short stories. So this was it, Gatfinger. A mutilated young man falls for a burn-scarred young woman before they can settle down. A ruthless gang who shot his eye out, murdered his family, must be brought to justice. All right. I'll take a look at this later. I ain't got shit. The letter actually says personal. Sorry. You know, one thing that I did want to do, I know I said I wasn't going to do any Intel stuff, but this kind of popped up today. Not LinkedIn, Twitter. So this kind of popped up today, and it was, let me bookmark this. So this was something that Scott Ritter said. And Scott Ritter said, the U.S. currently has 24-hour satellite coverage of Gaza. The resolution of the images is produced good enough to discern individual humans. We saw them murder Palestinian prisoners. We heard them give orders. I saw that. I wanted to do a video about this, but it's one of those, like, oh God, you know, like the amount of time that I'm going to spend like talking about this. What's interesting is that we know where every satellite is. And I know I said I wasn't going to do any Intel stuff, but I was thinking about this. If I actually pop back into this menu here. Satellites. So we actually have real-time tracking of like every single freaking satellite. So like if this were true, then you know we would be able to figure out what satellite grabbed that information. You know, satellites, at least spy satellites, they're the kind of spy satellites with synthetic aperture radar and even cameras. They're the size of school buses. They're massive. They're gigantic. So you're not putting that thing into space without somebody noticing, right? And even if they're in low Earth orbit, like people can track them with telescopes and stuff. Like this isn't difficult. So, you know, I somehow doubt, you know, what Scott Ritter was saying. Scott Ritter, by the way, is he's a very unique guy. He let me actually throw this up here. Scott Ritter, he was a weapons inspector, and he was like an intelligence analyst, but he was a weapons inspector, and he did some stuff that wasn't so nice. But he's since, and I guess because Scott has trouble getting work now, he's done a lot of work for Russian causes. Like he's visited Chechnya and stuff like that. Is it's kind of dangerous. It's really not something that, you know, a patriot would do, right? But just the fact that he says, "Oh, we have satellites over top of Gaza." I mean, the satellites are. Oh, you know what? This is over top of my head here. Let me move my iPhone there. There you go. Yeah, you can see this satellite. It is moving, right? It's on its way. Let me drop it. It's on its way. Satellites are constantly moving. So to put something in geosynchronous orbit over Israel, I doubt we have something like that. I can just only imagine the amount of fuel that would take. So we probably have satellites making passes over Israel, but they're making passes in a certain window. And if somebody wanted to do something bad, like execute a bunch of prisoners or whatever, they would. You could theoretically know when a satellite's going to be overhead, right? So I don't think it's something that Israel is actually doing, but You know, that's kind of the problem with saying false information on the internet. When you say false information, you have to come up with more and more extreme stuff, like constantly. You constantly have to come up with more and more stuff because it's what keeps your audience interested. So like that's how you go from, oh, I wonder what ever happened to the Escobar guy. I wonder if Pepe. All right. Because this Pepe Escobar guy was like doubling down. Yeah, he said, I'm on a crazy schedule in Rio. We'll have a serious update soon to the F-35 nuclear bomb EMP over Iran mystery. So there's no mystery. Like it didn't happen. You know, like I guarantee you that where is the F-35 in Israel? I actually try to ground that rum. So where is the F-35 actually based at? Where is the Adir based at? First two arrive in Adir. So all right, I have to log into this. I'm gonna have to log into this account, but I can't let you guys see my login. All right, can't let you guys see my login. So if I go to World Aircraft, oh, great. You know what sucks about global security is that like you pay for an account, and then so global security is actually a really good resource. Equipment modernization, airfields. Yeah, I guess it hasn't been updated yet with the 35. But Negev or whatever, Nevatim. I think this right here, Nevatim, that's where the F-35s are based out of. Yeah, it's like in the middle of nowhere. Let's grab this here. I can also go into Skywatch as well, which is an option. So they have, all right, so they have hardened shelters here. Not actually, they're probably not hardened. They're probably just these shelters are probably just for sunshade. They're probably not hardened at all. What's kind of neat is like you see right here, you can't actually, so you see that point right there? So that point, you can actually bounce synthetic aperture radar. You can kind of bounce that under the hole, and you can kind of see what's inside the hangar from bouncing that synthetic aperture radar inside that hole. So there's F-35s. I'm pretty sure they're here because, and actually the I don't know if they have anything outside right now. Yeah, I have nothing outside right now. I don't know when this was taken. This is taken in 2024. Doesn't say when though. But to the east, Hatsarim. There should be another base around here, Hatsarim, right here. So if Israel has nuclear weapons, they're located here at this base, from what we understand. So this is 11 miles away, or like 17 kilometers. So from here, yeah, from here to here. Let me measure distance. So 19 miles. 19 miles, 30 kilometers. I got that kilometer thing wrong completely, but supposedly this right here, this base, Iran fired a bunch of missiles here, and some actually hit. But But they did. It might have been done as a way to say like, hey, we know where your F-35s are in the delivery system. So that is kind of that might have been their way of saying like, hey, we know exactly where your stuff is because supposedly, if Israel has nuclear weapons, they're over here. They're over at I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. Havatim or Hatsarim. Hatsarim. I don't know, I speak Arabic, but yeah, the Hebrew is really weird because it's like you're speaking Arabic but not. Right? They're both Semitic languages. So, all right. So one person in the chat said the Israeli F-35 doesn't use the US B-61, and so that's a good one. The other thing is I think the F-35 Block 4 is the only one that can drop nuclear weapons. Let me check that. I put that back on. So, I'm pretty sure the Block 4 is the only one that can carry nuclear weapons. But, and I like the Adir, I don't know what block that is. And again, that's assuming Israel has nuclear weapons because they haven't said whether they do or they don't, right? All right, so I think that's actually about it. I'll actually, yeah. Someone just said Hebrew has a lot of Arabic words. I know, like, it is crazy how similar they all are, right? Like they're both. If you look, they're both desert people. The Jews and the Muslims, they both have like this desert culture. They both avoid pork. They have similar words between Hebrew and Arabic. It's kind of a shame they don't get along better, And I loved my time in in Egypt, and I didn't love my time in Iraq, but I met a lot of Iraqis that I absolutely loved. And what's funny is that the Iraqis used to call me Ryan al-Masri, Ryan the Egyptian, because I talk with an Egyptian accent. And I think I guess that's about it. So I went through everything here. Unless you have any questions for me in the chat, I'm gonna put these patches up and get to work. Oh, someone asked me, I love your content. Were you ever trained on the Dragon ATGM? And how did it perform? Yeah, I did train on the Dragon ATGM. I did, and so I fired. In my career, I fired 2 live dragons, just 2. And the first one exploded right out of the barrel. Like it just came out and exploded. And the second one hit its target. So I guess, it performed fine. The dragon was a good weapon. Dragon was a good weapon system for the time. It's just weapon systems evolve, And I think that's... Ryan, do you have some Dutch patches? I did just get a patch from them, so I'm gonna have to put that up. But like, what's funny is that a lot of times when people send me stuff, like I can't put out too much content right away. Like if I put out 5 videos in one day, it's gonna it's going to ruin the algorithm or whatever. So I'm usually very someone else asked me, can I still use your ground news link? Yes, I think you can. All right. I guess that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the patches you guys gave me. And thank you so much for watching.